Hey guys, this is Oscar back at again to another weekend project. Today I'm gonna show you something simple, easy, and fixable. I'm gonna show you how to change the liftgate lock actuator on this 2003 Toyota Sequoia. Alright, let's get started, guys. So the reason why I'm changing that actuator is because of this. When I try to open this and it just say I want to close it back up, watch this. See that? You see a little movement there? Well, that's becoming annoying. Look at this. It should just lock. It's not locking. So that's the reason why we're going to change that bad boy. And again, this is what happens. It should just lock, but it doesn't. See? I actually have to force this to lock it, and I don't want to damage any compartments in there. So let's go ahead and get this project. Alright guys, so this is the part itself. This is the part number in case you want to grab it. So on this box you have some gloves. Thank you. You have the cable that we're going to attach, new cable to it. And this is actually the part itself. There we go. And this is what connects when you close the back door. This is what connects to the bottom. This is what needs to be replaced, so that way we can get a smooth closure on that back door. Alright guys, let's go and get that process started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and open up the back. And before we even take this out, we're going to go ahead and remove some of this molding. So we're going to go ahead and start with this one. You can use either a flathead screwdriver or something to this effect. This is a door panel removal. All I'm doing, just easily putting this on the side. See how that was removed? And then I'm taking this, doing the same thing. Oh, there you go. Put that there, here. Just take this off like so. Just make sure you don't mix them up. And then we're gonna go ahead and go here. I think this is missing like a little cover, but this is a 10 millimeter bolt. Let's go remove that here. Alright guys, here we go. Once we've taken that off, the next step, we go ahead and use the same tool, and we're going to start from, you can start any corner, but I'm going to start in this corner. Just going to go ahead and move that here, so. There we go. And then when we remove these here, the next step, I'm just going to push this panel inwards, because actually goes on this side. So let me go and do that real quick. Just grab it with your hand and slowly push it inwards. You see that? And then this should come off like so. Just put that. Okay, so now that we remove all the panels, the next step, you don't have to do this step, but I'm just going to do it because I've changed this in the past and it's much easier for me. I'm just going to disconnect these clips. So there's like a little tab here, just push it in and then push it out. And the reason why I'm going to disconnect it, I'll show you in a little bit. And again, this is just optional. And there's one more clip, pushing the tab here. And then just pulling that out. Just be very careful when you do. I'm just gonna move this here like so. That way it doesn't bother us. Alright, once we got that step, there's 8 10 millimeter I want to say they're bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we remove that so that way that could expose the part that we're going to change. So let's go and do that real quick. Right now, just be very careful in the last one, but don't worry about it because you have these 2 tabs here that are holding the actual metal plate. Alright, so that's the last one. Alright, so the way we're going to remove this side, you're going to pry it off like so. And just be careful, there's these clips here, you don't want to lose those on the actual shield, just because when we clip it back up, we're going to go ahead and push that inside, okay? Okay, so the next step, very easy, you can use a flathead screwdriver, pop it open, see, there we go. Pretty windy over here, so and again when it has these little clips, when you put it back up, just make sure it lines up here like this, and it should pop up like so. Make sure you hear it click or otherwise it's going to fall off. I'm going to remove that. Alright, so once you have that clip off, we're going to remove these 3 10 millimeter bolts. So let's go and do that. 1, 2. Hold on. Let me place them right here. And then we're just going to go ahead and remove these like so. And this is the actual corporate. So the way we're going to remove this, we're going to come on this side, and the cable itself, we're going to have to make sure we pry this out. You can use a flathead screwdriver, or you can use some pliers and just squeeze little tips and then push up, and boom, there you go. So once we remove that, the actual container should come out smoothly. Push this inside. I'm going to push this inside like so, and it should move it out on this side. Going to remove this white clip, this connector. You just push this inside and then pry it out like so. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. Sorry guys, trying to do this with one hand. This clip, this black one, and then pry it out. Let's see if I can do it. One hand. Alright guys, let me use my other hand, I'll be right back. Alright guys, try it out. Like so. 2 clips. Alright. Alright. guys, so now that we removed those clips, the next one we're going to remove the cable. So it's held on by this small little clip. You could use something to looks like this, like a pick or a screwdriver. And all it is, you just put the little end here, you just push it open like so, and that should help you like that. Now we're going to go in here. Let me show what the next step is, okay? Okay guys, so hopefully you guys can see that. I got you some lighting. This is what I want to show you guys. We're going to go ahead and unclip it from there. All you do is just use a long flathead screwdriver and then clip that cable. I'll try to show you right now, but I just want to kind of give you guys an idea. So let me go and try to see if I can show you guys. Alright guys, in order to remove that cable, we're going to use a flathead screwdriver like this. And got you guys some good lighting there. You guys can see what I'm doing. And all we're doing, we're going to insert the flathead screwdriver. And we're going to put it between the cable. And we're just going to pry that off like so. I'm just going to put it in there. And I'm just twisting with my hand the actual cable itself. Here, let me show you in slow motion. Let me get you close up real quick. So I'm inserting the flat screwdriver behind the cable. I'm just moving it like so. And once that happens, I'm able to remove this and take this out. And now we fully remove the actual part itself. So let's go to the next step, okay? Okay, so now that we remove the actual part itself, it is going to require us to disassemble a couple components. This is just a plastic housing that the actual part itself it's embedded. The first thing you want to do, you want to compare the part itself. As you can see, just make sure that the actual holes align correctly. That looks like to be it. So in order for us to remove this part from here, we're going to do a couple things. The first thing, we're going to turn this bad boy over. You see this clip? I'm just going to use some pliers, push these two tabs inside like so, and then just push inside, and that's going to remove that connector from its place. And the next thing, we're going to turn this bad boy over like so, and see this little it's like a plastic clip. We're going to remove it, pry it out with your hands. It's basically like a dust kind of cover there. So let me move this here, and then we're going to turn this over, and we're going to expose these two Phillips head screws. Let's go remove those out real quick. Let me go get an impact gun here. Let me switch this out. And we'll take these little screws out. So there's two Phillips head screws. Alright. So now that we've removed those, the clip and here, this should just come out smoothly. Let me see if I can show you with one hand. Hopefully you saw that, and we're just going to angle it outwards. Alright, let me show you that. So make sure that when you move it back, when you put it back inside, you're gonna angle it and then just snap it inside like this. Like if you're putting it inside, floop. Alright, let me go ahead and alright, let me go to the next step. So now that we come across this, you want to bring the part like so. And again, it's going to require a little bit of assembly stuff, but nothing too hard. See these flathead screws? We're going to remove those here. So let's go and do that here real quick. Alright guys, so before you remove those two screws, I want you to turn the part, and I want you to take a mental picture of this. You see how this is nicely tucked inside here? We're going to do the same thing when we put it back. So that way you can kind of get an idea what we're going to do. But again, don't be discouraged or impatient. Pretty easy job. I'm going to show you step by step. Alright, let's get these screws out. Just don't lose them. So it's just the top one. This is the bottom one. They're the same length, so you don't have to worry about putting which one on top or the bottom, okay? So now that we've taken that off, this should come out slowly, like so. See that? Pretty easy, huh? You didn't really do anything. So now, this is the old part. We're gonna set aside. And we're going to bring the new part like this. But just look, you see how this is tangled inside here? We're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to make sure that that is the same in here. Like so. Alright, so again, we're going to put this back. Line up. These are the top and this is the bottom. We're going to make sure that we're going to line this up like so. And very important as well, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little notch here. This one, it's going to go in here. Okay, so again, notch and there, and then we're gonna put. Alright guys, let me show you how to put those screws back in there. Again, you're making sure that that notch is in here. So let me go and tighten that, hand tighten, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so I tightened those two screws, and then I'm gonna turn it back. I'm gonna make sure that I put the little cable underneath here, and we basically install this the way we want it to. So now we're gonna go ahead and put it back on the actual housing. But before we do that, let me install the actual cable. So I'm gonna use the original cable. This is Toyota OEM. The other one's aftermarket that came with it. If your cable is broken, please feel free to use the one that was included. But nothing's really wrong with this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and transfer this cable over to here. pretty simple job. All it is, we're just gonna pry this bad boy. Let me do it with 2 hands and I'll show you. You're gonna push up, and here you're just gonna line the cable wire to this, and then you're just gonna pry this up like so, like that. So let me clean this up real quick, that way I can put it on this one. Bear with me. So basically do the same exact thing. I'm gonna line this up like so, and then push it down. I'm gonna twist it so it can be inside this little hinge, and I'm gonna go back here. I'm just gonna line this up in the little groove and push down. I'm gonna hear a snap. Alright. Okay, so now that I have that inside here and this is fully snapped in place, we're going to go ahead and put the old part aside, and I'm actually going to get that housing. Look how dirty it is. Oh man, let me clean that up. I'm going to use some degreaser, get it nice and shiny. And again, you don't have to do this step, but I like to make sure everything's cleaned up. Alright guys, let me just clean this up. Look nice. I think it was all that. I noticed they had a lot of residue scum, so I'm guessing that's the reason why. See, this original latch failed. It's all covered with a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to clean this up, and then we're going to get to the next step and put this bad boy in here, okay? So let me finish this up. Alright guys, I cleaned this bad boy. Looks more presentable. Alright, so there's a trick to this when you install this. Here, let me set this up for you. And we're going to make sure, again, that this is basically right next to this little clip here. That way it could fit in really snug. And we're going to go ahead and start this way, and we're going to maneuver it this way, like so. Let's see if I can do it with one hand, guys. Bear with me. You know what? Let me see if I can find my tripod so I can show you guys. Alright guys, so you guys are in luck. I was able to find my tripod. So again, there's a trick to this. You want to make sure that this is in here, like so, and we're going to first make sure that this goes in this way. We're going to put this in here like this, and when you make sure that little clip is there, and boom, voila. And again, take your time when you do this, because you want to make sure that everything's where it needs to be. And you see this little cover here? Make sure that doesn't come off like it did here. Make sure you push it back. Oh, look at that. It actually broke off. So I guess I'm definitely going to have to use the aftermarket. So let me go to remove this, guys, and I'll be right back. So guys, I kind of jinxed myself. I'm actually going to use the aftermarket part, but like I've always explained to you, make sure that you guys compare the actual part, comparing the length of the part, and everything looks good. So again, this is the original one that broke off. Hopefully I don't have the same mistake with this new one, okay? So let me go ahead and put that back, throw this out. This is the beautiful thing about live video, everything's raw. So let me go ahead and place this bad boy inside like so. Thankfully this is an easier part. And we're gonna snap this bad boy in place. Make sure you hear it clip like so. Alright, we're back in business. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put everything back. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that we have everything back, just make sure you put this actual cable right in there. Make sure it's nicely snug inside. And then we're gonna start putting everything in order like we had it. Don't forget to put the little rubber grommet. I guess it's like a shield protector, so that way dust doesn't go in there. Make sure you put it nice. Oh, almost forgot, guys. We're gonna put this connector in place. Push that inside like so, and we're good. All right, let's go and get this. Okay, guys, so now we're going to start the actual part. Pretty easy. We're just going to do it in reverse order. You see this little cable, just push it down so that way we can pry the actual part itself. Very patient. Things will go in place. Don't pry it in there, don't force it in there. So that way we can connect a couple of the connectors. Bear with me here. So this is a perfect spot. Okay, so now that we have the part inside, we're gonna put these connectors in here, but we're going to move up on this side so it'll be easy for us to connect them. So let's go and do that right now. Connect the white one and the black one. We're going to do that with 2 minutes, guys. Okay, so now that we connected these connectors, we're gonna go back outside and we can kind of see where we're at right now. And then I'm gonna use my other hand. I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in place like so. See that? And then I'm going to go ahead and put the bolts. So let me go and do that real quick. So now that I've put this in place like so, we're going to make sure that the 2 holes lined up with the part. I'm going to grab the 10mm bolts. We're going to put them in here, and we're just going to hand tighten them. Hand tighten them, okay, guys? For now. The other one, and tie them like so. And I don't really know the torque specs on these guys. I'm just gonna tie them as I can. But again, remember, just hand tie them for now. We can be able to put it in place in a little bit. guys, so now that we have the part in place, we're gonna do the most trickiest part. You're gonna go ahead and come here, remove this rubber garment. I'll show you why. And that's actually gonna expose a nice size gap. We're gonna put a screwdriver, and we're gonna use it to put that cable in place. Let me kind of show you what I am talking about. So we're gonna grab the little cable. We're gonna hook up the ball on that side, and that's how we're gonna want it. And then let me see if I could do it with one hand. I really want to show you guys this step because this is where I'm putting the screwdriver in place, and I'm just prying it in like so. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that and get an idea. So let me go do that with two hands and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so again, I was able to put my screwdriver in place and just push that bad boy inside like this. And once it's fully seated, we should be good to go. Alright guys, so now that we have that in place, we're going to come back and then we're going to go ahead and make sure we tighten these bad boys. Make sure it's nice. Okay, once we have that nice and tight, we're going to go ahead and put everything back in reverse order. Let me get my light out of the way and just make sure you double check everything's in place like so. So the next part, we're going to go ahead and remember this little part here, snap it in place, and we're going to go ahead and start putting everything back. So we're going to go ahead and this bad boy. Let me see if I can do this with two hands. Bear with me. Snap that bad boy in there. And then we're going to snap this one in there too. And we're going to snap this one. Go ahead and put the 8 screws. So let me go and do that and then I'll come back. Alright, so now that we have the shield in place, we're going to go ahead and start connecting all the connectors in place. Make sure you hear that click. Alright, so just make sure these are really snug. That way they don't come loose. Make sure you hear that snap. Alright, and the rest, we're going to put everything in reverse order. Alright, and don't forget to put your cap back on like so. Make sure it snaps in place. There you go. And we should be good. We're going to put this back in place. Just remember, make sure you put these in their corresponding holes there, and then we're going to put the sides back. Alright, so hopefully this video helps you out guys. Please comment, subscribe if you like. Again, thanks for watching, have a blessed day. Alright guys, just want to show you how amazing that piece made a difference. So check this out, just close it, no issues. See that? Open. Doesn't even See how it latches? Beautiful. I don't even have to try. Check this out. And that's it. So again, hopefully this helps you guys out.